Good morning. I'm Josh. Take everything with your own discernment. And today we're going to do a reading for the sign of Aquila. I've been guided to do this reading for all those who are ready for it. Ideally, everyone is ready for this reading. I've already pulled just a couple cards here. And I already have a feeling that this reading has to do with each individual's oppression. How every person has been oppressed by the system, by their parents, by their siblings, by strangers, by themselves, and even by the ground, in the products and things that we use, or the creatures that walk on it. Mice, spiders, cockroaches, whatever. Now, excuse the television from the next room. That's what happens when you got noisy neighbors. You can't sleep in silence. But we don't want anybody to be able to sleep in silence, right? Everybody needs to wake up and smell the coffee and get to work. Ultimately, what is work? Work is a form of oppression. And America is a place of oppressed people, no different than anywhere else in the world. Somebody I don't like to talk about very much came to me in a dream and transmitted me some things he wanted me to share. And how, of course, Jesus knew oppression. Before the Bible was created, he was so oppressed, everybody had seen him. Nobody gave him a name. They split him up. We call him the crippled God, Shunny Dev. Put his ass on the ground. They cut him up. Down, left, right. Turn him into Brahma, Shiva, Ganesh. And ultimately, into two sides. Beyond space and time, I was here and I was away. That'd be Durgamaya, Durgama, and Vishnu. In his time, he went to India during the 14 missing years of his life. And he traveled and walked through India. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of landmarks all across India. Do they celebrate him there? They do not. Not in life or in death. But if you bring them up around Indians, they'll ask you. They asked me. And I said, "You came from India." And they went, he knows shit. But will they bring him up? Recognize him? No. They shit on him. That's why the Bible was created. But then, ultimately, we're all oppressed by the church. And he's made into a sign of love. Even though all the love he could give, all the feet he could wash, all the asses he could kiss, all the blind people he could heal, with a whole group of dudes following him, any of them stick up for him in the end? No. Everybody talked shit, threw tomatoes, did everything they could. Everybody just wants somebody to beat up on. Hey, one person did it. Yeah, but he's the okay guy. Okay, well, 10 people do it. Oh, what, there's a fight? Yeah, I want to get a punch in. He didn't heal me. My mom's sick. He didn't come to my house. Oh, yeah, I want to hit him. And so he's the ultimate sign of oppression. And from the other side, he comes to embolden us and teach us not to take that shit. We can't fight back with our fists, because violence, except for in self-defense, is disgraceful and pathetic. And manipulating people, especially for personal gains, out of deceit and behind people's backs, that's disrespectful to everybody. It's a telephone game. It degrades. If you have something to say to somebody, if you want to stalk somebody, you might as well use your own real name. You might as well use your own real channel. You might as well post video and say their name out loud. Not be a coward. What are you afraid of? Especially if you think you're such a badass bully, huh? I'm not thinking about it anywhere in particular. I'm just saying. You're going to be so tough. You got a whole bunch of people behind you. You want to talk behind somebody's back. You want to press somebody and act like you're a victim. Just to get back, just to make you feel good. You get some fucking balls. Put your phone number, put your address, put your face out there. So today, it has to do with oppression. And that's where we are in this current day and age where, we had a Civil War. We had a Revolutionary War. We had World War One. We had World War Two. We had the Vietnam. We had the Cold Wars. And the Boxer Rebellion, that's the one never spoken about. Good luck. Just pulled 4 cards here to begin with. We'll start with the Sun and Mars, the 10th house, and Virgo. It goes along with what I'd seen in my dream. It's up to each of us to demonstrate and energize, to realize, confront, to force yourself to act like a leader. By act, it doesn't mean to pretend. And it doesn't mean half-ass. It means stoicism. To responsibly and successfully become a person of power and status. Learn new methods and teach new methods about healing and the powers of healing. How each can stand up for themselves. How to analyze the situation in order to make it a benefit to everyone. Like, for instance, the video I posted, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I didn't post it. It is in the playlist of how they've proven where a couple could be walking along and she could be, if he's like, you're so stupid, he's like, whoa, this, that other thing, he grabs her by the shirt or anything, fucking people will be like, what the fuck, and come over and everybody will beat his ass down. He might get killed. A woman does that, kicks him in the balls, this and that. Everybody just go, ooh, and it'll be funny, huh? It'll be funny. No, it's the same. If anything, it's worse. Because as a woman, you're supposed to be a nurturer. And so that's despicable. That's disgusting. For a woman to be beating up on her husband and shit, and to act like a victim, or to be an oppressor, she might as well be stomping on kittens right in front of everybody. All the women need to come forward with their husband standing right behind them going, Don't you do that to you. Don't respect your husband. Respect a man. If you can't respect him, then you respect yourself. Shut your goddamn mouth. Keep your hands to yourself. And go your own way. It's that simple. I want to pull a couple cards here for all of you out there. See what kind of other information. You know, Jesus didn't want us to turn into a bunch of pussies. Why do you think he suffered? For all mankind, all of humans, all beings. Just so we could let fucking tanks run us over in Tiananmen Square? I mean, that's kind of what the presidency looks like. It's happening to all of us. The police are coming out, trying to provoke us. People starving, getting together, thinking, yeah, we're going to stick it to the man. Not like that, you're not. That's the same exact thing I'm talking about. With Queen Esther come out, the morning star in this deck. My ego is in the service of my soul. And that is true for each and every one of us. And I trust my soul's divine timing. It's better to take it until you can't take it anymore. Then the answer isn't to go kill that son of a bitch. It's to use that as a catalyst. Let me just pull it up real quick here. While we have this time together. So there's a similarity there. If women and black people and Jesus have all been oppressed, well, in that same light, the answer isn't to get together and make a mob. That ain't how you do it. Let's see. In the book of Esther, she becomes the queen of Persia and saves her people from a genocidal plot. That's long. I'll read it. The story unfolds during the reign of King Ahasuerus, often identified as Xerxes. The king banishes his first queen, Vashti for her disobedience. Subsequently, he holds a beauty contest to choose a new queen. Esther, an orphan raised by her cousin, Mordecai, is chosen from among many beautiful women. Her Jewish identity is kept a secret from the king. Because, oh, yeah, see, you come from these people. You're that kind of person. You're blue. Oh, you're related to so-and-so. Oh, well, now you're no good. See, that's just stupid. That kind of discrimination. Just like the thing about being, oh, well, 5 years ago, I pull up on your background report. You did this happened. And now I have an excuse to discriminate and disrespect you right now, right in this moment. And what can I stand on? Jack shit. Because if you could pull up everything about your boss that ever happened in their life, everything they ever did, not one person would be worth hiring. Especially if they were over the age of 60. If they were 50, they were 40. If they're over 40, shit. Every single person has lied, cheated, stealed, probably on their spouse, probably abused somebody inadvertently or on purpose, out of rage. There's one person out there, not one on earth, that is innocent. Except for a newborn baby. Meanwhile, Haman, the king's arrogant and powerful prime minister, becomes enraged when Mordecai refuses to bow down to him. In his fury, Haman convinces the king to issue a decree to annihilate all Jews. See, oh, this one person stuck up for himself. Now anybody associated with him can die. What? Why isn't anybody and everybody, or even the people that were told, hey, go kill them, turn around and with their weapon and be like, what? See? Who's being oppressed? The fucking slaves being sent out to think that they're, oh, I'm a guard, I'm a knight, I'm a ruler, I'm the king's right hand man, I'm the executioner. No, you're a little bitch. Unless you can turn around and you can stand up for yourself so you can stand up for everybody. If you can't hold your own head, whose head could you take? He cast lots to determine the date of the massacre, which set for the 13th day of the 12th month, Adar. When Mordecai learns the plot, he urges Esther to use her position to plead with the king for her people. Esther initially hesitates, as approaching the king uninvited is a capital offense. Of course, people are going to come up with anything, especially if somebody's narcissist and thinks that they're all powerful. That's just a little boy. That's a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum. And that's the king. What the fuck? However, Mordecai's powerful words, who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this, persuade her. Risking her life, Esther approaches the king and invites him and Haman to a banquet. At the second banquet, Esther reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's wicked plan to destroy her people. The king, in a fit of rage, orders Haman to be impaled on the very gallows he had prepared for Mordecai. The king then grants Esther and Mordecai permission to issue a new decree, allowing the Jews to defend themselves against their enemies on the day Haman had planned to destroy them. The Jews successfully defend themselves, and the event is celebrated as a great victory. Isn't that funny? Because the Jews are super oppressed, and they oppress themselves, and they allow a leader to oppress them and tell them to oppress other people. So that's the whole idea of if somebody bullies you, or you're going to turn into a bully. If somebody says, hey, push that button, otherwise I'm going to kill your family. Okay, I'll push the button. And then the rockets fly out and they kill a whole bunch of innocent children, women, who knows why, who knows where. Well, I didn't see it. So whatever happens, happens. At least my family's safe. Nah, everybody needs to fucking stand up for themselves. If everybody in the world can't stand up for themselves, then the wars will never end. Traditionally, that's how the war machine keeps going. Is that one side says, hey, those are the bad guys. Look, all those that have a red dot between their eyes. Oh, hey, it's all those that have the white skin. Look, I saw a black man break into that car and steal some speakers out of it. Let's go get all them black motherfuckers. What? And then that person that says that, he's oppressing everybody. But and everybody that goes along with it is oppressing themselves. And ultimately, they're all the ones that deserve their asses kicked. More than a guy that broke in and stole speakers and it didn't have shit about color. Because who's the real N-words? The ones that went along with the guy said, hey, let's get that black motherfucker. All those that went along with it, those are the N-words. I don't feel like saying it today. But I'll say it if I want to. Anytime. The book of Esther concludes with the institution of the festival of Purim, which is celebrated annually by Jews to commemorate, yeah, it came to the end of the story now, I'm tired of it. The book it's about deliverance. And the book is unique in the Bible for not explicitly mentioning God, but the narrative is often interpreted as a story of divine providence and human courage. Exactly goes along with our reading for today. The morning star. But who's the morning star? Jesus? Lucifer? Oh, what doesn't that have to do with God and oppression? But instead we got a woman called a disgrace, a Jew, unite all our people. You don't get better than that. Let's pull a couple more cards here. It's important to think, especially if the idea is we're all freed slaves in America, United States, whatever you want to call it, it don't matter. We sign for a job, well, you're oppressing yourself, but you need money, okay? Then we get the money, what do? If you go take out a loan to get a house, a car, or some bullshit, and you didn't save up the cash first, or put it into something else that'll make money and do it yourself, rather than, say, let the business do it for you, then you're oppressing yourself. You go get a bottle of wine, or whiskey, or whatever. That's oppressing yourself. You took all that money and you just fucking set it on fire and punch yourself in the face. I just flipped out right on top of Esther, the warrior woman, the sword in front of her face, and one eye sticking out. Have you answered your deepest calling? Put your money there. But it always comes out where your mouth's at. And ideally, it should come out in everything you do. After this reading, you might want to sit down and write down the things you care about in this world. Write down the things you're good at. Next time you get paid, pay the minimum on things. Set some money aside. And spend some towards your goals and dreams to free yourself from your own oppression and oppression of others, so you don't have to go to that fucking job again. Deep replenishment. Instead of being so excited to spend that money, there ain't no rush. Got paid. Let's run to the grocery store. Let's get the food. Let's hurry. I need the stuff for me to make me feel good. If it doesn't make the world feel good, what good is it really? I mean, food's food. You live on rice. And the more you eat rice every day, and you ain't got nothing else, well, fucking imagine how much money you could save in a month if all you ate was rice. And you don't want to. But after a few days, you realize, holy shit, for 2-3 cups of rice a day, and buying, you can get fresh or a couple cans of vegetables, you spend less than $100 to survive an entire month. So you spend $1,000 or $500. Oh, but I don't like it. Yeah, but do you like going to work? Do you like being a slave? Or do you just like the taste of things? The taste doesn't even last usually much longer than it takes to swallow it. And they make things taste good in order to trick your brain so you eat more and more and more. And so you'll come back to it, even if they poisoned it. Think about that. Diet Coke. For the taste of it. But then, again, when you want to get drunk, it tastes like shit. Yeah, I'll be a man, fucking. After that second shot, it doesn't matter what that shit tastes like, does it? Medicine doesn't taste good. You take that. It doesn't taste good to feel like shit, does it? To not have your freedom, fresh air, and not being locked in a cell. Be able to go outside whenever you want to be able to have a pet, or just to be able to walk down the street and have anybody's animal just run up to you and say hello. Those are free pleasures. That tastes real fucking good. Just want to pull one more card. Let's make it 4 more cards. Let's pull an aspect or a vibe card here. 3 of these to help focus and center you today. Take that one. this one. Well, what I have for you is diligence. Don't put off for tomorrow what could be done today. Conscientiousness, careful attention, and follow through with tasks. Diligence. In the Sintamani, one of the Buddhist jewels that came from heaven, when there are 8 treasures. It's funny that they're Buddhist jewels, but it said it came down in the hand of the Chinese emperor. That was before Buddhism existed. In China, who ran Buddhists out of Tibet so that they had to flee to India? Ain't that funny? But Buddhism came up out of India and had to run up to the mountains in order to survive because they weren't allowed there, even though they were the ones that built the fucking temples for the Hindus. Ain't that funny? Talk about being oppressed and starving. With diligence. You have Om Mani Padme Hum. Generosity, morality, patience, diligence. It's 4. Renunciation comes after diligence, which is death, letting go. And after that comes wisdom. But letting go, well, the moment you're done with something, okay, but it's still there. Everybody can see it. So there ain't no throwing shit away and hiding it. So what's death? Every beat of your heart is death. Every blink of your eyes. Half of every breath. Or the 2 gaps in between that stop. In the intake and the outtake. But keep going. We have nobility. Be noble, for you are made of stardust. Being high in character, splendid in quality, composing oneself well. Nobility. And modesty. Don't think less of yourself. Think of yourself less. Being unassuming or moderate in estimation, proprietary in presentation. It's intellectual rights. The sharing of yourself. Now let's get one card from the tarot. Just finalize this reading for Aquila. You can't rely on others to take care of you, especially your job, even though that's exactly where you go to work. But when you're at work, what's happening at home? You don't have, when you're away, there's no guarantee when you get home there's gonna be a home. Or your wife's gonna be there. But if she didn't have somebody over when you were away, it wasn't supposed to be there. Their kid didn't get hurt while they were away at school. See, this is what these things are teaching us. So that's why they split us all up. Between work and home, your kids have to go there, but then, oh, now while you're working, now you gotta pay for daycare and all this. See, if you can get your whole family together and build a plan, have everybody work together, teach your kids, then society can balance itself out. And you're not wasting all this money to have somebody else raise your kid while you're away doing a mindless task so you get all that money. Might not have everything to come home to. So the whole idea is family. Well, if people have to leave, people are home. It's not about making the people who are home do all the duties for those that are away. It's about making it so that everybody can stay at home at the same time as everybody have their freedom and a plan for what that money, what all that blood, sweat, and tears is going to go towards. So the family, the individual, we can all not be oppressed, and we can learn together and grow and be free. Yes, this is the one. And that's exactly where we're at here. See, we got this Four of Swords. It kind of reminds me of a husband. And that's his mother or his mother-in-law or his wife standing over him. And he's wondering and contemplating, how can I take care of things if I have to leave? If she's allowed to stand over him, and she's not going to help him up, at the same time as she needed him to have that position, to be standing over him. Now, what's a marriage? What's a family really worth? If anyone in the family could dominate anyone else. It's associated with, what was the other card? Deep Replenish. Answering our deepest calling. Ego and service of soul. Often associated with rest, contemplation, temporary retreat from the world. 3751. It's about taking time. Think about how we can make life better here. For one, for two, for all. Getting out of the rat race. Because who's a rat? If a rat wasn't the one that had to go to work to get the cheese. But the job, that was a trap. It had fake ass cheese in it. You eat that, then what are you gonna do? Well, then you eat out at lunch, or then you associate with a bunch of people you wouldn't normally. They'll get you in trouble later. They're gonna get in your business when they have no right being there, because otherwise they wouldn't be at work too, either. The boss is the same thing. So this community can come together, start with one, in each and every one, there ain't no hope for anyone. God bless.